Right, so our top story this hour. The Mpumalanga government is today expected to host a memorial service of the 6 learners who died in a collision between the scholar bus and a train in Middelburg. The crash happened on the R104 road. It was between Arnot and Wonderfontein last Wednesday. Now, the Provincial Community Safety Department says that the bus was carrying 30 learners. The driver was injured and admitted to hospital. Now, police are investigating the cause of the collision. Our reporter Nhlanhla Jele is going to be joining us live from the memorial service. Nhlanhla, good morning. On that note, if you can hear me, perhaps you could speak to the order of proceedings, how the learners are going to be honoured. Tell us more about the funeral arrangements and the programme at large.
Good morning to you, Lisa, and to the viewers at home. Indeed, we are holding a memorial service this morning for the 6 learners who lost their lives last week in that tragic accident between a bus and a train. But just to speak more for us, Lisa, about the program, what we can expect this morning is George Mtetwa from the Premier's office in Mpumalanga. Babu Mtetwa, thank you so much for your time and for joining us at the SABC this morning. Can you just tell us what we can expect in today's program, who is speaking and what is going to happen on Saturday at the funeral?
Well, thank you very much. Let's first appreciate the SABC for having come through to come and join us. We must indicate that we are in unison in our tribute and in our bereavement for the school itself, and of course for the affected bereaved families. And we wish to express our appreciation not only to the media but also the entire country, especially the stakeholders who really came through when this tragedy occurred. Now, coming back to your question, what is happening today and also on Saturday? Well, we must indicate that today we are going to have a session, a memorial service to immortalize the departed souls, and you will see an array of speakers who are going to address this congregation today in the form of members of the Executive Council, MECs representing the provincial government, on behalf, of course, of the Premier, who has delegated them to come and represent him, owing, of course, to a number of activities that the Premier is focusing on. But what is also important is that we have also representatives of the school in the form of the learners, the school governing body. They will also be a part of the program to pour out, but also importantly the educational sector in its entirety. They are all here to come and express their condolences for the departed souls. Now, during the course of the day, we'll also have an indication about the details of the funeral service. We must confirm, though, that the funeral service will actually take place on Saturday, and that's where we'll also have a session with the families to also indicate the type of support that the provincial government is going to give. So the funeral will start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the first session of the service will actually take place here at the Sikululiwe Community Hall.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mtetwa, for your time. Lizelle, I just want to show you the pictures of the learners who lost their lives last week in that crash. As you can see, my camera person was just showing you some of the pictures. I understand the first 2 pictures that we are seeing, they're actually siblings in the form of cousins. We're also seeing the third learner, Ukatle, who was also involved in that accident. Remember, Lizelle lost their lives. 19 others were admitted in hospital. We also understand that 2 were in ICU, and we also understand that the provincial government, the Provincial Department of Health government went to visit some of the learners in hospital this past weekend and obviously gave a report as to how they are doing. We'll also try and show you what is happening in this community hall. If you've noticed earlier on, we are in the community hall. People have already started there making their way into the community hall, Lizelle. Obviously, what you will see now is the empty chairs. These chairs are designated for the family members of the children who we are here for this morning. But as you can see, if you look in this community hall, there at the back, the learners of the school are here, community members are here, of course, friends who are here also to support the families of the children who lost their lives. We also understand that the bus driver of who was involved in this crash as well, has been discharged from hospital, Lizelle. We also understand that so far he has not been arrested as yet because investigations into this crash are ongoing, as we alluded to earlier on. We also understand and we heard that statements are actually being collected from the learners who were in that bus crash who actually survived. So that process is still ongoing. What we can say this morning is that the bus driver has not been arrested, but we can confirm, Lisa, that he has been discharged from the hospital. Remember, he escaped this crash with slight injuries versus the other learners who are in ICU, and obviously those who lost their lives, Lisa. So for now, he has not been arrested, but investigations into the crash are ongoing, Lisa.
All right, Nhlanhla, as that program continues or perhaps kick-starts, we're going to monitor those developments. We're going to leave it there for now. Nhlanhla Jele bring us the latest from the community hall. We know Mpumalanga government at large today expected to hold that memorial service for 6 of the learners who passed away in the scholar bus and train accident that happened last week, Wednesday. Again, just some of the news coming in. Nhlanhla confirming that the bus driver has since been discharged, has not been arrested yet. They're still collecting statements from learners that obviously survived and were at the cause of the crash to determine where to from here. So as those investigations continue, we'll monitor those developments as it unfolds.